Hi everybody and welcome to Savepoint, a show on YouTube where we talk about video games and topics that you send to us on YouTube, Tumblr, Twitter, and Facebook using hashtag Savepoint. But today,
we're not going to do that because it is the second day of E3.
Yes.
Or rather, day one of E3 because yesterday was day 0.
No, I would say yesterday was day 1.
But they called it day 0.
This not D-Day, stop.
I don't understand it because, I don't know.
E3 plus 1.
Look, so here's the thing. In the last one, we got to talk about Ubisoft. We talked about EA and Microsoft.
Yes.
But we didn't get to talk about Sony, so today we're going to be focusing on Sony and Nintendo.
Yes.
Okay, Nintendo evidently is what it's called.
So let's start with Sony.
They opened up.
Oh, by the way, my name's Ryan Shepard.
Yes, and I'm Michael Anthony.
And I'm Hunter Taylor.
Wow.
Yes, remembered who we were.
Woo!
Sony started off with Destiny.
Yes.
So, what'd you think of the trailer?
I think here's the thing. Like, it's not that I'm soft on Destiny, but it's one of those, like, you know when you see a game, like, like Watch Dogs. Like, oh, I know the game's out, and I don't have, like, so much excitement in my body. You know what I mean? And it's like, I've known this thing is coming out for forever now. Just let me play the damn game. You know what I mean? But I thought it looked cool. I mean, I know we saw some gameplay from some other things, and it looks fun. Yeah. You know? And I'd love to play it, but right now. Yeah, but I will say, if you look back, Sony's been pushing hard on Destiny. Yeah. Sony's been really happy to have Bungie be a multi-platform company again. They've been really happy being this whole, like, look, we're in bed with Bungie, even though it is multi-platform. Yeah. But they've really pushed...
There's a preference here.
Yes, very much that the Bungie guys have shown up at, the last 2 now?
Yeah.
The last 2 E3 conferences?
Yeah, they premiered Destiny last year at Sony, so yeah.
Okay, all right. What's your feelings on Destiny?
I think it looks like a lot of fun. I liked how they showed more, like the bike thing. I thought that was pretty cool.
I like that, yeah.
I think it looks very adventurous. I'm still worried about what everybody else is worried about. What if it isn't fun? You know what I mean? Right. Like they're putting all this hype into it and money into it and to get your hopes up, and then it just ends up being disappointing. Because I know a lot of people actually... there's a lot of people who liked Watch Dogs, but they didn't like it as much as they thought they would have. You know what I mean?
And if any game right now has a hype train behind it, it's Destiny.
Well, I'm worried because I like Bungie a lot as a company, and I'm worried because they put all their eggs in this basket. They had to have.
If it fails,
they're down. They're done. I don't think Bungie would recover as a company after this, even despite how well they've done in the past. But then again, even with Halo, I feel like most of that money went to Microsoft.
Actually, no, it didn't. It did not. Because Bungie owned Halo.
Okay.
They own the majority of Halo, and only the reason now that Bungie's independent is because Microsoft's like, hey, we'll let you be independent if you give us the rights to Halo.
So here's my thing. I think it looks fun. I like the vehicle aspect of it. That, to me, says that you're going to have very big open environments, because you're not going to have a small environment and need a mount type, vehicle to get around in. The only thing I worry is it really going to be fun to play alone?
Yes.
I feel like if you're going to be doing stuff in that game where you're grinding, you're just trying to get quests out because everyone you know is a higher level than you or something, then it's going to stop being fun. I don't know if it can hold its weight as a single-player experience.
But, we'll see. Yeah. Time will tell.
Because Borderlands is kind of all over the board, but for Borderlands, to me, it doesn't hold up as a one-player game. It really isn't that fun by itself. And I hope for Destiny, it will be.
Yes.
But... I really do feel like it will be way more fun with friends. I don't think I don't think I would want to play that game by myself.
This actually leads into another game that was at Sony's conference. So anything in the planet is more fun with friends.
Yes.
A good example of a game that is broken and garbage, but is still fun with friends, is Dead Island. Yeah. And at Sony's press conference, we got to see the trailer for Dead Island 2.
I had so much...
Which is not on an island. It's in California.
I had so much hope for that.
Right?
When I first saw the trailer, I was like, wow, this looks like it might just be a... whatever, just have fun zombie game. Kind of maybe Sunset Overdrive, but with zombies or something, but less goofy. But that's what I was kind of hoping. And then Dead Island popped up on the screen, and I was like...
So here's my thing. I just feel that Dead Rising 3, except for the new arcade thing they've added, I think it kind of closed the door. You know what I mean? The big zombie horde game phenomenon, I think we're past that. And the only thing that's going to possibly bring us back is if they bring back Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
I don't think there's excitement for Dead Island 2. Like, who was sitting at home feeling that we needed this game?
Right. Who's at home we need another one of this broken
We need another Dead Island.
But you want to know, the thing is Dead Island sold so well.
It really did.
And a lot of people loved it. And
I thought they kind of failed with Riptide. I thought Riptide commercially
didn't do good. But the first one they did.
Yes, the first one.
And I played it, and I just didn't understand the hype of it. It was fun at first, but then after a while, it just got so repetitive.
Exactly.
Like, literally, you cleared out an entire area, you went in somewhere, you came back. The entire area. And if you played that game, you played the game, right?
Yes.
Areas were filled with zombies. Packed. So you did all that work and wasted the...
you destroyed your katana. Your durability.
Everything. Like, you just wasted everything on that entire thing. Like,
and that game
it was fun for a little bit, and then it just really...
And that game, tonally, is the first one was all over the place.
Yeah.
I remember, so everyone remembers the first trailer.
Yeah.
And they were like, wow. And then, the first gameplay they showed, they have, an electric machete that you switch to the weapon. It's an on-fire, axe hammer type thing. And it's like, wow, so that's out the window.
Yeah.
And then there are scenes where they insist on being dark and mysterious. And I remember at the end of that game, a main character dies. And as evidenced by this fact, I don't remember who she is. I just know it was a female character. I don't remember... what she even did. I can't remember her name. I don't know who she is. But she died, and they make her death a little cutscene where you watch her die and she falls off a building. And I remember playing that 4-player co-op, and all of us just hysterically laughing to the point where the boss fight that ensues that, we all died because we were too busy just keeled over in pure ecstasy, of pure laughter.
And all right, this is also having to do with the whole closing the door on the whole zombie horde thing. I hate to say it, but I think the whole how many units you can have on screen at a time is now novelty. It started with, if I remember correctly, Xbox 360 came out with 99 Nights. Okay? And it was this is next gen. There's 1,000 units on the screen.
But even then, they had the launch title of Dead Rising, which at the time was we have 300 on screen.
That was
buku. That was crazy.
That was this big concept, and I think they tried to do that again with Dead Rising 3 for the Xbox One. So many units on the screen.
And it is ridiculous.
And there's just a certain point where I don't care anymore.
It just
gets old. You're okay. It's now it's become mowing a lawn.
Yeah.
Now it's just a chore to get through.
You're just I'm just trying to get to the hardware.
The mystifying effect I feel isn't there anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, wow, there's so many.
You're playing Dead Island, and all you want to do is get to that jug of orange juice. But there's 1 trillion zombies in the way, so you're just like, ugh.
The worst feeling is I found a gun, 1 bullet.
Yeah.
I found an assault rifle and I could not use it ever.
Maybe I'm jaded, but I just feel like there's not a need for that game.
I don't know. Yeah, I get it.
I mean,
I'm not. Nobody's excited for it here. But the next game. Are you excited?
I was going to say, I know a game I'm excited for, and I know you're excited for it.
Wait, is this...
Wait. I was going to do an order.
Oh, I don't...
What's the next game?
Well, technically Dead Island was ahead of this, but whatever. The Order 1886.
Yes. And who's that? That's the guys who did...
Ready at Dawn.
Ready at Dawn.
The PSP
God of War
games.
Yes.
So the thing with the Order 1886, is it 1886?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that initially super high excitement, love the concept of it. The more I'm seeing, I'm cooling down on it. I'm like, all right.
That's what everybody seems to be having. They're just kind of worried that the gameplay might not be there. The story and the characters will be, but the gameplay won't be that fun. Every single gameplay thing I've seen, it looks okay. There hasn't been anything that really wowed me. And the demo at the press conference started off really ominous and very intriguing, and you're like, okay, what's gonna happen? He just has the lantern, you're just going through, and then the werewolf cut happens. The werewolf comes and it's a cutscene, and then you really feel like there wasn't you didn't have that much control. You know what I mean? And when you did have control, it was just kind of not quick time events, but kind of shoot him real quick. Oh, okay, cutscene.
Yeah. That's my problem with it. It looked like there was a lot of scripted actions. Do this, scripted event. Do this, scripted event.
And a lot of people are saying it might just be because to me it's a third person shooter.
Is David Cage making it?
But a lot of people said that it might be an interactive
story.
But I don't think that
Yeah.
because I've seen a lot of third person.
Well,
Yeah.
you know what? Honestly, what I think kind of throws off the tone of the game is I think you might be a little bit too strong. Like when you see the cutscenes and stuff where the people have like Gatling guns and stuff and they're fighting the werewolves, like that makes it less scary because you have a significant chance to fight back. I want like the overwhelming horror, like if we're gonna win, it's by the skin of our teeth.
But that's apparently what they're trying to go for. When pretty much they said that even your people that you're playing as, the Order, they're apparently scared of the Lycans, the werewolf people.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, so pretty much you're not really OP, but you pretty much like
You're not really original poster? I'm sorry, continue.
You know what I mean. But
Yes.
yeah, you're not really overpowered or anything. It's just apparently they are really tough to fight and stuff. So I think that's cool. I just wish you would have it would have showed you actually physically actually trying to fight it instead of like, oh, shoot real quick, okay, end.
I want
Wait, so
demos.
they're fighting werewolves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then why is it a third-person cover-based shooter?
No, you're fighting other people too.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, like, did these werewolves get guns? Are they also grabbing cover?
Yeah, but the game looks interesting, but I don't know about the gameplay. It seems.
I don't know. We'll have to wait till it comes out, or like I want demos. Where did demos go? When was the last time you played a game demo?
It's been a while. It's been a hot minute.
They're not made available.
Caliente
as much.
Momento.
Well, because I remember reading something a while back saying that game demos were
They hurt
actually
sales.
found yet to they hurt sales.
Yeah. Which sucks, because I love game demos,
Yeah.
but if it's true, I don't blame them for not doing it.
But what is that telling you about games? It's telling you that I feel like that it's hurting sales for games that don't deserve the sales.
Yeah.
Like no one plays a demo for a great game and goes, "Wow, I'm satisfied."
Right? you play the demo and you're like, wow, I want more of that.
Yeah.
I want the rest of that.
Like if it's hurting sales, that's probably the sales it should hurt. That's my opinion. What's the next game?
They talked about a lot of indie games, so they had Abzu.
Yes.
Which looked really showed like a lot of underwater. It was
Hey,
like
but do
underwater
they have
side
Ori and the
scroller
Blind
and stuff
Forest?
like-
Is that an exclusive to Xbox?
Ori is.
Is Ori?
Yeah.
I believe Ori. Yes.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Is it? I don't know.
Don't quote us.
Are we just gonna talk about No Man's Land?
Yeah.
Or no, I'm sorry, No Man's Sky.
I was
No Man's Sky.
I was gonna say No Man's Land, but also a game that we also was Michael Schaefer. What's his name? Mike Schaefer.
Tim Schafer.
Tim Schafer.
Grim Fandango.
Yes.
What HD remake of a classic Tim Schafer game? If they do this, they're gonna have to do what's the other one? Return to Monkey Island? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Because I've played a lot of Psychonauts, which you might know if you've watched any videos on our channel. Probably not. They're not great videos. They kind of suck. But yeah, Tim Schafer, awesome guy, great creative games. I have seen videos of Grim Fandango since I was a little kid. Like they used to be all over Tech TV when G4 was Tech TV. I'm sorry, when G4 existed, and before that existed as Tech TV.
Yes.
So
I'm excited for that.
That's awesome. And then No Man's Sky, which looks amazing.
No Man's Sky is a very beautiful looking
It
game.
looks
I love
crazy.
VR in that.
And
The concept that you can be on the ground on this crazy exotic planet, then just get in your ship and fly into space and go somewhere else.
They said nobody's gonna have the same experience because there's so many planets and stuff.
That's wild.
That's really cool. So
That's
No
so
Man's
wild.
Sky.
What if we all get in our spaceships, we all go right?
Yeah. Hey guys, follow me. We'll prove these assholes wrong.
Right? We're determined to have the same game.
And then they had Entwined, which looked okay to me. It was kind of just like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. It looked like
Yes.
a beautiful game. It's just the gameplay just kind of you just use two joysticks and control two birds, and it looked okay. And then what else? I was trying to think. They had Far Cry 4.
Yes. Oh yeah, let's talk about Far Cry 4.
So Far Cry 4,
which we talked a little bit yesterday, but woof.
The cinematics and the setup of the story, I'm really excited about. We did talk about that yesterday. I only got to see a very little bit of the gameplay.
We are gonna fuck shit up.
I think you said tear shit up.
We're gonna tear shit up.
I don't know, but it was awesome. Either way. But I didn't really get to see much of the gameplay, so you guys tell me your thoughts on the gameplay.
The game looks beautiful.
Yes,
the
very
scenery
good
looks
game.
really beautiful. You got to see him like grapple hook, so you can actually use grapple hooks in the game. And then when he grapple hooked, he obviously he was like scouting this base for this convoy.
Yes,
he pretty much got out his crossbow.
Yes,
that's the new favorite weapon.
The new hotness, guys. Bows are out. Crossbows are in. Crossbows are in now.
Crossbows are in.
Look at your Assassin's Creed Unity. No more wrist gun, wrist crossbows.
But they also have a gun? That makes no sense to me.
Don't fight it.
Well,
You're the crossbow.
I guess the idea is that that's like for a stealth ranged kill, because the gun is still a musket ball.
You just put a silencer on it.
What?
So yes, so
hang gliding.
One cool thing that was cool.
The cool thing that was cool. It was an ice cube tray.
See, here's the thing. You got it wrong.
Was he got like there was people below him. He got like a fire barrel or whatever. He stuck C4 on it, and you can kick it down now onto the enemies and shoot it. And
that's what's up.
And here's where you have it wrong. Hang gliders. You don't know about the Far Cry life. It's all about the wingsuit. The wingsuit's back. And more importantly, the fact that you're in the mountains, like they were showing you, the fact that you're in the mountains of, Nepal-esque area. Was it Kairat?
Yeah.
So you're in the Himalayas. That's just straight mountains.
Yeah.
So the wingsuit is even better now.
Yes.
Oh, and they added takedowns in vehicles.
Yes.
Which is badass.
Vehicle-to-vehicle takedown, shooting while you're in vehicles, and we would be completely remiss if we didn't mention elephants.
Yeah.
Elephants, yeah, like, and can't you use, like, explosives with them or something?
You can ride elephants, you can make elephants get mad at people and have the elephants stampede. They'll knock over they'll knock over cars. I watched a little thing where one guy was shooting at it, and it grabbed him with his trunk and lifted him in the air and just body slammed him on the ground.
That's wild.
The elephant just gave it to him.
And
the elephant gave it to him like Kimbo Slice.
Co-op.
Yes.
There's co-op now. And it was really badass when it showed the gameplay when he was actually in like the little helicopter.
The one-man helicopter.
Shooting
one-man helicopter.
It was so
That's
cool.
What's up. That's what's up.
That game just looks like pure fun.
It really is.
We loved Far Cry 3. Far Cry 3 is awesome. So Far Cry 4. And then next after that was Little Big Planet 3.
Yes.
Which looked like a lot of fun. I love Little Big Planet 1
so do
and 2. It's a lot of fun to play with your friends online or
I'm completely unashamed of that.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it.
When I had a PS3,
everybody loves Little Big Planet.
The second game I bought was Little Big Planet, and I remember cousins like, "Why are you playing this?" I'm like, "Why aren't you playing? You don't know."
People say
I just got new stickers, guys.
People say that and then they play it, and they're
exactly like, "Wow, okay. This is so good."
So Little Big Planet 3 looked like tons of fun. They introduced 3 new characters that you could choose, so you're not just Sackboy now.
But they all look like they're all like Sack family.
Yeah, but like you really feel like now, like I think that's really cool that they each have like their own purposes and stuff like that.
Yes.
So.
Sack people.
So where are we going from there? Like, do we have is this when they kind of lulled, if I remember correctly?
Well, before the Little Big Planet 3. After Little Big Planet 3 is where it lulled, and that's when they introduced Powers. And
yeah, that was my thing.
Grim Fandango.
When the guy came out and they started talking about this Powers show, like, it's not even a game, right? It's just a show.
It's a show.
And,
but it's from...
nothing for me.
Freaking what's the
what's
the writer's name? He wrote Avengers vs. X-Men, Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh, Brian Michael Bendis.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It was
which is cool and all. Brian Michael Bendis is a good writer, but I really don't care. Like I want to see games.
Which raises the question. Okay, so Microsoft has talked about the fact that they think that winning overall entertainment, winning overall console war this generation, you need more than games.
Yes.
Did Microsoft make the right choice by shooting themselves in the foot early? Because now that they've got all the heat, like, people were like, oh, they're just focusing on TV shows. Now the idea of a console focusing on TV shows and entertainment is already stigmatized. Mm-hmm. So now Sony has to, like, slowly tread into that water, or else they make themselves look like Microsoft, who they so openly ripped last year.
Here's the thing, is I think Microsoft tries to hit people with stuff early to give them time to adjust. Because they said that early on, that they want to do more entertainment-based stuff. They're talking about making new live shows, and they talked about this before E3. Mm-hmm. Now, I think they made a smart decision by not really showing any of that, per se.
They just really...
Besides
the only thing
Halo.
they just talked about the Halo thing.
Yeah, and that was like 2 minutes, and that was... They only mentioned it because it's involved with a collection of a bunch of games.
So by the time that this stuff starts showing up more and more, it won't be weird, and I don't think people's reaction to it will be as abrasive.
Yeah.
You know? So I think they kind of did it smart that way. The Powers thing, cool, I guess. Didn't really make much sense to me. The Ratchet and Clank movie makes a lot more sense, obviously. And they're doing a new game, correct? Or is it a remaster?
Yeah, it's a remaster of the first game.
Yeah, so they're doing a remaster of the first game, and they're making a tie-in movie thing. That makes more sense because at least that's in a game.
Yeah.
What does Powers have to do with any video games?
It just is.
There was
superpowers, I guess.
Besides that, there was Bloodborne from Software.
Yes,
which looked interesting.
It looked interesting, but
it's so little. It's just a cinematic.
Yes, yeah. And I said this problem, and I'm not trying to be a downer, okay? But From Software's last game before Bloodborne was Dark Souls 2.
Yeah.
And before that was Dark Souls 1, and before that was Demon Souls. And Demon Souls and Dark Souls are essentially the same game.
They're similar, yeah.
They're very, very similar. You know what I mean? So this Bloodborne is another spiritual successor to Demon Souls.
Is it just going to be a better looking Dark Souls? Is that what we're looking at here? What do you think?
Which is what I'd be afraid of.
I don't know because I've never played Demon Souls, Dark Souls, or Dark Souls 2, so I don't know.
I've played a bit of Dark Souls, very little though. I'm not one of the hardcore.
I actually have a Dark Souls and I've been playing it, and it's a lot of fun. But the idea that they could make a third franchise with Bloodborne and it be the exact same thing.
But look, it could be something completely different.
No, because that's the thing, we don't know. But from Software's track record, what we've seen so far, there's a possibility that they're going to have a third IP that is the same game.
Yeah.
Okay, so then what do we got after that? Just Uncharted, right?
There was a couple more things. There was Let It Die, which was that game that kind of looked like Manhunt, kind of. Let It Die. Do you remember?
I know, we gotta keep moving because we still got
Nintendo.
Right, let's do this. We're gonna do this.
We're just getting the main ones out.
We're gonna get Metal Gear Solid. We're gonna get Mortal Kombat, and then we're gonna talk about Uncharted. Okay, we'll talk Arkham Knight. Let's go. Next one. What's next?
So Metal Gear Solid, they showed a new trailer, and that's the trailer that leaked online. Actually, the one that leaked online is the director's cut, so there's some violence in that toward the end. And not only does the game look beautiful, but in the world of Kojima, he's managed to show us a lot in those cutscenes that makes absolutely no sense because there's no context to anything that's happening.
So it's not a spoiler.
So they showed that finally Huey, who's one of the characters who's being tortured, for some reason Big Boss is torturing him, which is pissing me off. I don't know what's going on. We saw what appeared to be Big Boss stabbing a little blonde kid. Looked like he stabbed Eli, the character Eli. So I don't know,
craziness all across the board.
All across the board. We can't even get into
Super excited.
There's two little side things real quick.
Okay.
That are actually important.
Yes.
So The Last of Us Remastered has a release date.
Yes, that's good.
That's good. And PlayStation TV. We didn't.
Oh yeah. Thing is, okay. Really short sidebar. PlayStation TV looks awesome. I'm probably going to buy that, but I feel like it's going to hurt the Vita sales a little bit just because of how awesome the functionality of it is.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about it.
But yeah, PlayStation TV looks awesome. And then after that was
Mortal Kombat
X. So Mortal Kombat X.
Beautiful looking game. It looked really good motion.
The gameplay is so smooth. There's some people in the comment sections that are just like, why do I look at comment sections?
Don't look at comment sections.
Comment sections are for trolls.
I just get mad.
Comment sections are where the internet goes to die.
They were like, oh, the gameplay is not that smooth. I thought it would be smoother for next gen. I'm like, what are you talking about?
What do you want?
Did you watch?
You just want a water simulator? So this is smooth now.
It looked good.
It looked really good.
Fun.
And new characters.
3 new characters. Some weird bud lady. Some weird big guy who's ridden by a smart baby.
Environment attacks.
Yes.
I hope we still get cameos too. I still want console cameos.
Way more powers. Way more cool powers and stuff. Super moves or whatever they're called. And on top of that, you got to see a little bit of the X-ray.
Yeah, some X-ray going on.
Yeah.
And then the third new character was some weird Aztec jaguar who's got blue skin.
I don't know.
Who's ripping hearts out and drinking blood.
That's cool.
It's going. Right, we're excited for Mortal Kombat, definitely.
Although, can we take a sidebar? Mortal Kombat has always been gratuitous and almost ridiculous to the point. In Sub-Zero's fatality, he blows a hole through the guy's chest, so this guy's dead. He has a hole where his chest should be. Sub-Zero still feels the need to put his hands in the guy's chest and break his spine. Like, you've already just decimated this man's torso. Same thing with Scorpion. I'm going to put a hole in his chest. Oh, so he's dead. His heart's dangling. Now I'm going to cut him in half with my sword.
Yeah. Well, see, here's the thing you don't understand about Sub-Zero. Is a little bit of backstory they don't discuss. He actually has a burning hatred for all vertebrate creatures.
Yes.
So to destroy the spine...
That's a Lin Kuei tradition of the Cryo Ninjas. You have to kill all things with spines.
Yeah.
They only ever live with octopuses.
So if they can destroy the spine, then that is like redeeming that creature or person.
Yes.
Very spiritual. All right, what's next?
Very spiritual.
Next is Batman Arkham Knight, which looked fantastic.
Yes.
It looked really good. I like the gliding and everything.
I did not expect to see the Batmobile. They were just like, there's just like, go. And it was so cool. I was scared the Batmobile would be like, not so great driving it.
Yes.
It looks fun.
And we had this discussion off camera about console exclusive content.
Yeah.
the only important console exclusive content in the world is Call of Duty multiplayer maps coming out early.
Yeah.
Like, whoever has that makes the money. I'm not gonna lie and say I'm not jealous that PS3
or
PS4 gets the
Scarecrow missions.
Scarecrow missions, because the Scarecrow missions in the other Batman games.
Whoop! I need to admit something real quick. I kind of made an ass of myself last night when it was happening because they were showing the Batman gameplay, and I was watching on Twitch, and my internet was kind of being buggy. So like when he's like going after the Penguin, and the thing happens where like the video starts glitching. I legitimately thought the video was glitching at E3.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Oh no!" And then my stream glitched, so it like kind of cut ahead. So I was like tweeting, and I said something. I was like, "Wow, that was kind of embarrassing." And people were like, "What are you talking about? That was intentional. That was for the Scarecrow part." And I was like, "Oh, I missed that. Oh no, I made myself like an idiot." But it wasn't my fault. Okay, so the glitching happened, and then my video stopped.
Don't try to cover your own ass.
Look, man, it was honest mistake. Honest mistake.
I've only seen that happen a couple of times, like last year with Assassin's Creed 4 when they showed it,
and there was lag.
It was like and it would not play, and they're like the guy just like ran off stage.
That's why I believe it though, because it's happened at E3 before.
Yes,
I believed.
All right, so
they got me.
And then last but not least,
wait, I have to say something real quick though. About Arkham.
You have to
about Arkham Knight. I don't know. I liked the Batmobile gameplay. I liked how it moved, and I loved watching it go through the city. When it went into the offensive mode, I felt it was too much like a traditional tank. Like the way that the reticle came up and the way that you fired it, I was like, okay, so it's a tank. And I get that. It's supposed to be tank-like, but what I mean is it looks like a tank we've played in before. That was my complaint. Like, it reminded me of a Wraith from Halo. That's just, I don't know, I got a weird vibe from it. Like, it's the Batmobile. It should be a very unique experience.
I don't know if I can blink at you more.
I don't know. I'm just saying. Let's move on. I'm sorry. That's my one thing.
And last but not least, the jewel that has lit Hunter's life, his reason for existence, Uncharted 4: A Thief's End.
So that clip was like, what, 6 seconds long?
It's like a good 30-something seconds or something.
Yeah, but it's 30 seconds of him laying on the ground, and then 6 seconds of him getting up and going one more time.
What I think is interesting is that he does look older.
He does.
He looks like he's been through the gamut.
It takes place 7 years after Uncharted 3, which I think is pretty cool.
Yes.
So you actually see like the white hair,
and he looks like that. If I remember correctly,
which makes me think, how can Sully be still doing this?
In 3, you play with his father, right?
No.
Which game is that?
He doesn't. His father's dead.
Who's the character who's like the father figure? I mean,
Sully.
Yeah, Sully. Okay, I'm sorry. I've played very little of Uncharted, but the thing is, I almost feel like he kind of looked like Sully a bit to me. The way I've seen Sully pass, like the way he's graying, and he kind of had like a little bit of the mustache thing going on.
What are you talking about? Drake didn't have a colorful shirt on. He wasn't smoking a cigar.
Look, you don't have to have a colorful shirt.
Didn't have a halt.
That's why you have to play Uncharted 3 because they go into Drake's origins.
Yes, I get it. He's related to like freaking Sir Francis Drake.
You find out like everything.
Everything.
That's like really.
He's actually related to a Drake, like the dragon creature.
Yeah.
But
he goes Super Saiyan.
Is it Francis Drake? Is that the name of the explorer?
Yeah, Sir Francis Drake.
Okay. Didn't want to make an ass out of myself again.
Yeah, obviously I'm completely just.
He's ecstatic.
I can't. I love Uncharted's my favorite game series of all time. It's my favorite, just everything. Like I love Uncharted.
But is it gonna be good without Anne Henning? That's the question.
Yes. Anne Henning had nothing to do.
Same thing.
Amy Henning
might as well be Anne now. A raggedy one.
Amy Henning was not even part of The Last of Us. Neil Druckmann and what's his name, Bruce.
Oh, I don't remember Bruce. Bruce Timm?
No, something. Bruce with an S. His last name started with an S.
Don't Bring Me Down.
Them two. They worked on The Last of Us and Uncharted 2. Uncharted 2, they worked with Amy Henning, obviously, but The Last of Us, Amy Henning wasn't part of that project.
And Jane.
Literally, everybody's worrying about it. I really don't see why.
You make a great point because
why?
If it's one of those like, oh, Uncharted 4 is in the hands of Neil and Bruce, it's like, oh, Uncharted 4 is only in the hands of two of the most qualified creative men in all of video games.
Everybody's like freaking. They're like, they're done. I'm like,
it's over, man. Game over.
Right?
Game over.
Have you not played The Last of Us?
Naughty Dog is still arguably the best developer in video games.
I don't know. I'm not going to start that. We're not going into that conversation. We ain't got time because now we have to talk about Nintendo.
But yes, Uncharted looks amazing. Obviously, yeah.
Splatoon.
All right. Well, no. Let's start at the beginning because Splatoon is like way in. So I think from the start. All right. Here's the thing with Nintendo's thing is everyone else did like a live style conference where someone came on stage, talked about something, they rolled the clip.
Nintendo
everything.
Was the shortest one, right? It was only like 45 minutes.
No, I thought it was longer than
Whatever
that.
it was, Nintendo. To say what you're going on, Nintendo just made a movie.
Yeah, they pretty much just made a movie. Everything was filmed beforehand, and which has its own advantages simply because they don't have to worry about time. They can show how much of things they want to show. It's very tailored. I can't remember what the first game they started with though was. I'm trying to what they started with today. I think they I'm sorry. They started with Smash Bros. They started with the fight between Reggie and Satoru
Miyamoto?
What? Yes. No,
I don't know.
No. I don't remember.
Itagaki?
No. Wasn't it,
Anyway, so they start with that
important Nintendo guy. I'm sorry, guys. I'm tired.
And still at the same time...
Did you watch it?
And still
Did you watch it?
No.
At the same time, they delayed Super Smash Bros. For the 3DS.
No, look, here's the thing. This is what they do. Is they show the two of them fighting to introduce the fact that in Super Smash Bros., you are going to be able to play as a Mii fighter.
Yes.
Now, the Mii fighter has 3 variations. They have like a brawler, a sword type, and a range type, and they obviously pull very heavily from other characters in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Link with the sword, or Samus with the ranged attacks, or people who fight with their fists with the fists. So I guess that's kind of interesting, sort of.
I don't really care about the Mii thing, to be honest.
I don't either. It didn't really do much for me. I get why it's cool, but the big thing is they showed up the Amiibo. The Amiibo,
yes.
So basically, that's Nintendo's take on the whole Skylander figures. Is you get the collectible Amiibos, which they're going to make billions of dollars because Nintendo fanboys are going to buy them all.
Yeah.
And you can use them with the gamepad to bring that character into the game, and it will track stats and levels with the chip in the Amiibo.
Yes.
Which is actually pretty interesting as a concept.
Okay, I don't want to take that away from you. That's in Skylanders.
Yeah.
Like
now it's in Smash.
Stat tracking, all that is in Skylanders. It's in Disney.
And now it's in Smash.
It is. It is in Smash.
Okay, so here are the big things. After that, Nintendo goes on to show the new Legend of Zelda game,
or at least in-engine,
renderings.
displays, which it's a really good-looking game.
Really
basically, people are calling it Zelda Scrolls because it's a massive open world like Skyrim, but with Zelda.
Didn't they say like the same things? They're like, "Do you see that mountain back there?
You could climb that
mountain."
It's like every single person who shows off their engine now.
And if you go to that Soul Stone, you can get the warrior.
That's the Rise of the Tomb Raiders of showing off your engine.
Yes, you can climb that mountain.
That's what it is. That's
pretty much. They do say that every time they show a big open world game.
I would love to be a developer. You see that mountain back there? You can't go to that. We do not have the budget for that. You have to stay here.
Invisible walls are back.
Yes.
All right, so it actually looks really good, and I'm excited because of the way they show these games. I'm not big on Smash Bros. I'm sorry. I'm the one person in the world who doesn't love Super Smash.
I didn't play Brawl. I've only played the original Melee.
Mm-hmm.
I played Brawl. I do like Brawl.
I've watched my friends play Brawl, but I've never personally played it. But I've always had so many fun experiences with Super Smash Bros. Even with people who don't know how to play. As long as you're playing with your friends, you can be decent at the game. It's not hard to learn. Like, you can still have fun.
All right, so from there they showed the new Toad's Adventure game. I don't remember the title of it. It looks kind of fun. It's very done in the style of Mario. Captain Toad's
like mystery
adventure.
Yes,
mystery
Phoenix Wright Toad Adventure.
Yeah, which looks okay.
EX plus Alpha, Super Ultra Mega.
Yoshi's Woolly Yarn or something like that.
Which is like another yarn
looks fun. That looks a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's a very cute game.
I get beaten over the head. Like, if a game is oppressively cute, even if it's bad, I'll probably like it.
Have you seen it? Did you watch the footage of that game?
Yes. It looks just like Kirby's Epic Yarn.
It's cute beyond reasonableness.
Yes.
It's too cute. All right, so then from there we have the Kirby game. Right?
Yes, Curse of the Rainbow Curse.
Yeah.
It's the Rainbow Curse.
Yeah. Which, it's heavy on the utilization of the gamepad to draw the lines.
Yes.
And then use that as a means of navigating the game. Mm-hmm. Guys, do you have any thoughts on this stuff here? Come on.
Well, look. I didn't get to watch most. I know the things that have come out from the Nintendo conference, but I didn't get to see it. I've only seen Ubisoft, Microsoft, and
Okay.
Sony.
See, here's the thing, and I'm not trying to take anything away from Nintendo, but I think anyone who's watching this at home, who's going to put fanboy stuff aside, knows that you know what you're going to get with Nintendo. Like, Nintendo's going to make Super Smash Brothers. Mario's always going to be Mario.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Zelda's always going to be Zelda. They'll never drastically change the formula. And someone might argue with me, oh, but Hyrule Warriors is different. Yeah, but Nintendo's not making that. Some other companies making that.
Well, you
know what you get, so it's hard to say, like, this Mario looks great because they all look great. They all look like fun.
I do think that's the one thing that Nintendo does have over other companies, though, is the fact that they can have the same characters and produce so many different, like for instance, they have Super Mario Galaxy, and they have New Super Mario Brothers U, and then they still have the Mario parties, and they still have all these different types of things.
But there's no, like, Halo party and Halo...
But they have Halo Wars, but that's, like, the only branch off. But, like, literally, they have so many different types of games with the same characters, and they still keep afloat.
Normally, I would agree with you, but with what I saw is, for the most part, you have the same franchises, you have the same IP, you have the same cast of characters, but it does look like they're doing new and interesting things with them.
Yeah.
The fact that the way that Legend of Zelda looks was amazing. Okay, so it was a pre-rendered thing, but the way they talked about the enemies in the game, that, okay, sure, you're in a happy, peaceful area, but you're still going to have really hard monsters where it looks like it should be nice and peaceful. And the fact that when it shows Link going away on the horse...
What I'm trying to say is that Legend of Zelda could be the most beautiful thing with the hardest enemies. I guarantee you still go to the water temple.
That's not necessarily
you still go to the fire
true.
temple, man.
I don't think
you still got to get the boots to sink to the bottom of the water to put the bomb down.
No, I don't really agree here. I think that they're trying to do new and interesting things with it. Like the Yoshi's Yarn game looks like it wants to do new and interesting things as well.
Shake on it.
They know they're not...
I can't promise it. I'm not them.
If at any moment in the next Zelda game you got to put on metal boots to sink and plant a bomb.
I don't know. We'll find out.
I think, obviously, since they're not going to be like Microsoft and Sony and make a bunch of new IPs, and since they're just going to keep using the same IPs, they're just like, fuck it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's just keep going and going and going and going and going, but try different things. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
It doesn't hurt that people love Mario.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't hurt that people love those characters.
It's just because the games are still fun to play. You know what I mean? Like, that's
Yeah.
all it comes down to is Mario Party still fun? And yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Well, the thing is even within that is, yeah, sure, it's a classic formula, but they are doing things to mix it up and add to it, I feel.
Yeah, because Brawl is nothing like Melee. To me, Brawl was, like, it looked a lot, like, different. Same thing as, like, with this new Super Smash Bros., it definitely looks like they're, like, definitely stepping away from...
Well, that's the thing. Nintendo's not making this Smash Bros., so we don't know anything about it. It's being made by Namco Bandai. And
which is very interesting.
Very interesting.
I mean, I guess we're going to see with that. So, after Legend of Zelda, you know, we have the Yoshi's Woolly Adventure, whatever it's called, which I think looks really interesting. And I think the Kirby's game is a little bit different with, you know, using the gamepad and everything. Yeah. I don't know how fun that's going to be, because if you've played Super Mario on the Wii U, the fact that you can go in and, like, drop the blocks in the game and everything and use it to add to the platforming element is fun for, like, 5 minutes for me. And then it's not fun anymore. Like, I just want to play with a regular controller.
Yeah.
That might be my failing. I don't know. But, alright, so we're going to talk about the original IP they showed, which is Splatoon, which actually looks really neat. Did you see anything for it?
I unfortunately didn't. I just know it's like this little cute
Guys,
little...
just beating me over the head here. Beating me over the head.
Walk us through.
Look, here's the thing. It's like it was not necessarily a first-person game. I think it's sort of like a third-person limited over-the-shoulder kind of thing. But you have, like, paint cannons. And the idea is that your territory is the area that you cover with paint. And you can move through the paint. Like, you can, like, drop into the paint and, like, move through it, like, incognito, pretty much.
Oh!
So you play, and it's a multiplayer shooter game where you fight with other people, and the idea is that you're trying to cover as much of the map as possible with your paint. And there's, like, all these strategy elements to it of trying to sneak into your enemy's territory and cover as much of it as you can with your paint to basically
deprive them of the ability to move.
Almost like in a Risk-esque fashion of, like, this big land grab territorial game.
Yes.
Which looked really fun, and I thought was really revitalizing and just nice to see, because Nintendo doesn't often have new IP.
Yeah, it's really not common for them.
And it looked like a lot of fun. That was a big thing. But you know what the biggest thing for me was?
I'll let you say.
So here's the thing: is there was news leaked from a Time article that there is a new Star Fox game, and that Miyamoto spoke about the mechanics of the game, the idea that you could use the gamepad to steer and move in the game, but they didn't talk about it at all. In fact, one of the robot chicken-esque skits that they did had like a fanboy in the audience go, "What about Star Fox?" And then they get like blown up or something. So at the very end, they like, "Oh, we're gonna show you one more thing," and then it was like some Kid Icarus character is gonna be in Smash Bros. I don't care.
Yes,
yeah, Kid Icarus. Well, the game for Kid Icarus is actually pretty cool.
But they did show like this like kind of cool anime thing done to Smash Bros, which was kind of cool, I guess. But I was so disappointed. I was so let down because I thought they were gonna show a trailer for Star Fox, which is like the game that I would buy a Wii U for right away. Love me some Star Fox. Okay, so this all happens, and then it just goes to people talking and everything, like whatever. All right, so they show Miyamoto. He's sitting there, and he's like doing something on a Wii U gamepad, and there's a game on the screen, and it's blurred, like it's censored out, and like if you look at it, it's Star Fox. He's sitting there playing Star Fox, and he's like, "Oh, hey, I didn't see you there," pretty much. But we've seen that there is Star Fox gameplay at E3.
Yes.
In the booths, they have it. Star Fox is happening.
And it's already playable.
Yeah. Amazing. But the biggest problem I thought with Nintendo for E3 was that almost everything is coming out in 2015.
Yeah.
The only thing that is pretty much not supposed to is Smash is supposed to come out this year. Smash is supposed to be coming out this year.
That's similar to...
But that's kind of up in the air.
That's similar to like Sony. Like most of their... things except for like, well, even though most of the thing was multi-platform games, even still most of the multi-platform games except for Far Cry and Destiny and their first party for Little Big Planet are coming out this year.
Is MK this year?
No.
Go.
We also. So. I'm sorry. One more thing. We didn't talk about the Mario Maker. Have you seen anything for that?
No.
The Mario Maker is basically, it lets you design Mario maps in like the old school, like original Mario Bros format.
Oh, really?
So you can like drop in green pipes and put up bricks, and you can make mazes and games and stuff. Really cool and a fun idea. Not something I would do. I'm not a map maker. That's not fun for me.
I get you. No, I'm right there with you.
I tried to make maps in Far Cry and they were always terrible.
But
nobody wanted to play
it's a really cool concept, and it's fun. And again, it goes along with Nintendo's whole idea of like playing into their past and whatevs. But look, on the whole, just to talk about what Nintendo did today, I was pretty impressed. I thought they had a really good conference. I think they showed exactly what the Wii U lacked, which is games.
Yeah.
Okay,
been lacking for
all
2
those
years.
games look solid. The Legend of Zelda, solid. Okay, even Toad's Adventure, Captain Toad's, I don't know what it's called, Toad's game,
Raiders of the Lost Toad,
Rise of the Toad, solid. Yoshi's Woolly Adventure, solid. Okay.
Unfortunately, they're
Splatoon,
not all coming
solid.
out next year.
Star Fox, solid. When all these games are out, I'm probably gonna buy a Wii U. That's what I'm gonna say.
I really think Wii U sales are going to skyrocket.
Oh, it's gonna go huge.
Oh, yeah.
And the Amiibo, huge. Everyone's gonna buy Amiibo.
Yes.
It's gonna be the next Skylanders because it is Skylanders.
So pretty much.
So that was part of day 1, and that was day 2. I mean,
that's pretty much everything.
The conference still goes on for another day. There's still going to be. We're going to see more stuff from. I believe we're going to see more stuff from Far Cry. We're going to see some more Mortal Kombat. We already know that there's going to be outlets like GameSpot. There's going to be IGN. All these outlets are still out there, still doing coverage. So there's still more. There's still more to see. There's still more to talk about.
Which we'll cover everything as it comes.
Yes, as it comes. As you leave us topics using hashtag Savepoint, we will get to them.
Maybe next year we might go to E3.
Yeah,
Maybe.
hopefully. And look, here's the thing. We're not going to tell you who we thought had the best conference, because I don't buy into that crap.
We like everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody did a good job, besides that stupid dance shit for Xbox. No one likes that.
No, everyone did a good job except for the dance.
That was at Ubisoft.
The dancing for Ubisoft.
Okay.
For Ubisoft. How am I supposed to play the damn game if I can't see my phone?
I'm done.
And we're going to leave you on that, guys. How do you play the damn game if you can't see your phone?
I have a question for you guys. What was your guys' game of the show?
Game show, guys.
Fair game of the show. All right, that's it. Goodbye. Farewell.